Boom. Alrighty. Hello. Boom. And welcome to tonight's absolutely fantastic, explosive dinosaur action. Hopefully tonight is a little bit longer than last night at least. It was very nice, having my daughter interrupt. It's not all bad. I'm going to miss those moments when I look back on it and she's just older. Yeah. Cut, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yes, Happy New Year. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. Hopefully everybody is doing as good as possible, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. At the very least, you can have a good time here. We're going to see a good bit of damage as always. Made some pretty good tweaks. I've even made crazier ones after I did this list up, changing just a bit. I think they're even better, but we'll leave it like it is tonight. Icon of Ancestry. I might still use this for my changes tomorrow, but got a little bit I'm thinking about. This certainly does make sense. Like I mentioned in the description there, enters the battlefield, we choose a creature, we choose dinosaur. All dinosaurs get +1/+1. That's good. That's really good. And then if we get into a grindy sort of stage, if we really want to see something else, or of course, as always, if I want to see Galta's Stampede Tyrant, drop this, drop everything. Oftentimes if we can see this and we can play it, we win on the spot. We might drop just 2 Tyrannosaurus Rexes, just 2. Yeah, that's pretty good, but you would hope. Again, it's a Palani's or Regisaur Alpha. 8 things that give basically every creature haste, because pretty much every creature is a dinosaur. But Icon giving +1/+1 to every dinosaur. Palani's Hatcher. It's kind of like Kaheera, +1/+1 in vigilance to all dinosaurs. Icon of Ancestry, powering up all dinos, and Regisaur, multiple bodies in one with that token. Palani's Hatcher as well. That's 3 bodies in one. We get to attack with the egg. It would be a 1-2, or it could be a 2-3, a 3-4. We can stack multiple Icon of Ancestries. That's a great thing. The more we have of this, the better it gets, and the more bodies we have spread out, the better. The more value you get from things that buff all your creatures. Dinosaurs make you happy. Yes, that is, well, dinosaurs certainly make me happy. It's the only thing I play all day, every day for, well, since original Ixalan with the lovely Commune with Dinosaurs. For a while there I wasn't using it, but it's just lovely. Again, to increase the consistency. You can find good success with a wide range of variations. It doesn't necessarily have to be this, which is pretty good. Could be a very aggressive list, a more aggressive list than this. Trimming it down, having those early plays with Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic, beautiful. Being at 3 mana on turn 2, you might drop Domri, Anarch of Bolas, any number of lovely things, but lots of removal. We all know Fatal Push, I would assume. Fiery Impulse with Izzet Phoenix, Lightning Axe also with Izzet Phoenix. If they have a red with the Lightning Axe, they take out your creature, and as part of the cost they have to discard a card. And that's one of the ways they use to discard the Arclight Phoenix, get it into the graveyard, sometimes far sooner than, well, anything else. They might be looking to use whatchamacallit, the Ledger Shredder. The name was on the tip of my tongue, but the Ledger Shredder. If they've cast 2 spells, or when they cast their second spell, they can draw a card, discard a card. They connive. So then they discard the Arclight Phoenix. But they could be discarding the Phoenix on their turn 1. If you go first, or their turn 2, I guess. You go first, they go first, you play something, boom, Lightning Axe. Or if you play Llanowar Elves or Elvish Mystic on turn 1, it goes to their turn 1, they use Lightning Axe, boom, done. You lost your play, they have a Phoenix in the graveyard, you're feeling pretty bad. But that's what I'm getting at. There's no early stuff. I don't have to worry about Fatal Push. I don't care about Fiery Impulse, Lightning Axe. maybe it takes out Topiary Stomper, but Topiary Stomper gets the benefit. We're already grabbing a basic land, so if they use removal, it's kind of sometimes like they wasted it, which is pretty good stuff. Saves the other big things. That's what I'm getting to. I don't care about any removal, any answers pretty much, because I get there in about the most stable way humanly possible. That makes sense to me. Most decks have stuff to kill my stuff, and now I don't have to worry about most decks because they're not going to be killing my stuff until I kill them with Galta's Stampede Tyrant. Yeah, pretty simple. I like to keep it simple. That's about as simple as it gets. Don't worry about opponent's removal. But yeah, other than that, pretty much pretty similar. The manlands. We had a good chat about manlands last night. Kind of rough sometimes. You know, digging, hoping for a creature, hoping to top deck a creature, and my top decks are the best of the best. If you're going to be in a top deck war, you want to be doing Tyrannix Rex, which actually I took down an Is It Phoenix player or some, I don't know, they were milling. It was painful. They took out Tyrannix Rex. I top decked another one after they milled me, so it wasn't Is It Phoenix. Anyways, I top deck a bunch of Tyrannix Rexes. I got lucky, but it certainly could have been a lot weaker stuff, and I never would have pulled ahead if Tyrannix Rex was something else in its place. Ooh, but yeah, the manlands. We'll get back to it. I could just go back and forth with cards for hours. Maybe I should do that. Talk about all the interactions, the experiences, or if you guys have questions as I go. But Restless Ridgeline, it's a dinosaur. Again, Icon of Ancestry. We choose dinosaur, so Restless Ridgeline, if and when we make it a creature, that's a 4/5 for 4. And we're only tapping 3 lands, sometimes 2. Keep in mind, the first Sunken is green. We want to help Castle Garenbrig because it requires 2 green there. The second Sunken, if we name red, we only have to tap the red Sunken, the green Sunken, and we've got our 4 mana for Restless Ridgeline. 2 lands for a 4/5. 5/6, something like that. Kaheera, powering up Restless Ridgeline. A dinosaur. It definitely makes even more sense to be using this manland because of Icon, and certainly because of Kaheera. But also Mutavault. I've been thinking about Mutavault. I've added it in for the even crazier changes, just going hardcore into the manland angle, and I think that's going to be good. Getting me out of a sticky situation, because certainly it would have been nice to have a few. Lair of the Hydra was suggested last night. I think that's absolutely lovely, but I don't want to, well, I still want to keep it a dual land. I want the potential for sources of red, and I think this is better than Lair of the Hydra. Costs a little bit less to make something powerful. Certainly we can sink all our available mana into Lair of the Hydra. It would be nice, but of course it could just be chump blocked painfully. It's rough. But anyways, I'll probably try Lair of the Hydra at some point here, one of these days. Certainly Sunken Citadel can supercharge it. Castle Garenbrig, well, that would be good. Actually, it's not a creature yet, so Sunken Citadel, supercharge Lair of the Hydra, extra efficient. Sideboard-wise, nothing too fancy. Flame Sweep. Take out Arclight Phoenix. If we wait for the perfect moment, they're tapped out. They had to cast 3 spells to get the Arclight Phoenixes out. Oh, they don't have Spell Pierce for 1 blue to stop this. Before the Phoenixes hit me, I sweep them. Arclight Phoenix only has 2 toughness, so now they're all in the graveyard. They're sitting there ready and waiting. Prime to feast. Tranquil Frillback, munching on those graveyard chickens. Although I still might trim Tranquil Frillback again. It's very awkward. I have to wait until at least turn 4 to play this creature that costs 3. Because you want an extra green at least to gain a little bit of life or something. Like I mentioned before, it feels bad. You play this 3 for a 3/3 and you don't have any extra. You know for a fact you could have just about any other dinosaur for 3 that actually does a little bit of something. That has been rough sometimes, and often I don't even have to care about the graveyard. I beat up Izzet Phoenix without doing anything to the Arclight Phoenixes, because sometimes they are just too slow. I get the job done. That feels pretty good. Could be nice to trim Tranquil Frill back. Yeah, and Flame Sweep, taking out the Phoenixes by surprise would be very nice. Taking out all the other little stuff as well. And Alpine Moon, that's where it's at. Do you hate Mono Green Devotion? You probably don't face Mono Green Devotion too much, I would imagine. You know, with the banning of Karn, people figure that Mono Green Devotion got so bad, it's not worth it anymore, it's not nearly as good. No, it's as good as it was. So what? They don't have Karn. They have Vivian, Arcbow Ranger, very similar to Karn. They go +1 to put 2 counters or up to 2 counters on creatures they control, and if they targeted 2 separate creatures, they get trampled. But her ultimate, -5. They look at their sideboard, they grab a creature. Very similar to Karn, they grab Ulamog. They grab whatever creature is going to help in the matchup. So they have the wish board. Even if they don't, they barf all that mana. It's pretty hard to come back from. I might be kind of fast enough sometimes, but chances are they built up enough of a board by the time I get to go to Stampede Tyrant, and well, that's just doesn't happen. So Alpine Moon, Mono Green Devotion, name Nykthos. They can only tap for, well, a mana of any color. Lotus Field as well, or Field of Ruin. So they can't destroy. Oh, excuse me, I'm drinking Coke, 0 sugar. I might actually get another one. But yeah, Field of Ruin. Stop the land destruction of the key. Castle Garenbrig, Sunken Citadel. That's where it's at. In Giant Cindermaw, stop life gain. Amalia, explore as always. Let's jump into it. Oh, it's going to be good. Yeah, well, 2 versions of crazy testing, maybe. If you guys want, I might try it out. I'll probably save it for tomorrow night. I think it's even better. There's always room for improvement. Yeah, I was playing with the crazy testing deck before I started here tonight, but there's always room for improvement. Always room to try crazy stuff, especially before I trimmed Marauding Raptor, Enotepic Huntmaster. I thought, oh, I can't do that. I gotta have all the early stuff. And then I just cut them. And I had all the big stuff. And I focused on getting there with the lands, with that package of Castle. Oh. With the package of Castle Garenbrig and Sunken Citadel, and that's about the best. That's good. Oh, we have everything I could possibly hope for. Cavern of Souls to protect against the counter spells. Well, I'll take 2. Hopefully they don't counter it. Cross your fingers, no censor. I was thinking of ooh, they're dead. They're probably dead. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but at the moment we're looking at 8. Uncounterable. 8 green. Dead. 2 Sunkens plus Castle is 6. Stomping plus Cavern, 7 and 8. That is great. They're dead. Let's go. Cloaked Phantom. Pretty legit. Hopefully it's not Lotus Field. It's Field. What did I say? Fire. I knew exactly what happens. This person knows what's up too. Okay, like I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're not dead yet. I can play Carnage Tyrant, which certainly would draw out. Settle the wreckage. We'll draw it out. Make them squirm with Carnage Tyrant. Of course, that's pretty fast. We got to 6 green with just 4 lands. Carnage Tyrant on turn 4 is pretty good. And I think pretty consistently you get to do just this. good enough for me. I think that's good enough for most people. Sweep me. Do it. Do it. And then I play Tyrannix Rex next turn. Or, we're setting up with Restless Ridgeline. Next turn, we have enough for Galta. Commune. Maybe grabbing somebody with haste. We're going to see if they sweep next turn. If they sweep at any point, they die. Probably. Let's get Kaheera to make it extra deadly. Would they have Settle the Wreckage? Oh, they don't. They don't. Oh, folks, strap yourselves in.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh, I think I may have popularized Sunken Citadel. Oh, they're dead. Oh, they're so dead. How good is that? How good is that? Even a Field of Ruin doesn't do anything.
Ruthless aggression.
Oh, ouch, ouch, how much, oh. Yeah, I'm gonna get a pop in a second. Slightly over lethal. Ask yourself, do you want to put yourself in a position where you're gonna kill him, and don't just I just barely get there, just barely get there. In these scenarios, I wouldn't have to care about any number of creatures the opponent played. 2 Graveyard Trespassers and a Bone Crusher. 2 Bone Crushers, 2 Graveyard Trespassers, and whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as they don't kill me, I kill them. Make it so absolutely lethal, you probably don't have to worry about anything the opponent would ever do, could ever do, other than Mono Green Devotion, which barfs a lot of stuff. There you go. If you're going to make it lethal in basically every situation conceivable. Do it. The only people that complain are people that have no way to handle that. Okay. Alpine Moon, like I said, what did I say? Field of Ruin kind of ruined our chances. They bought themselves a turn, pretty much. Icon of Ancestry will trim that. We get the job done. We didn't really need it at all. Let's do it. Just do the most busted thing, busted potential. Beat them up. I'm not knocking anything else. Different variations are good for their own reasons, but that's pretty darn deadly. Ooh. Smoke them. I'm on the draw. I don't have Commune or Sylvan Scrying. I like seeing Sunken. Could be better. I think that's probably better. At least we have 3 for Topiary. 1 Cavern to protect against counter spells. Topiary Stomper. Probably resolving, I would imagine, but I'm going back to get a drink. We'll let them stew in their own defeat. Okay. Lovely stuff. But yeah, it's not overkill. It's just kill. Who cares? As long as you win, beat them up the best you can. Love it. Hopefully, Castle Garenbrig. If we see Castle Garenbrig, it would be good to get it next turn. Oh, did Cavern of Souls not make it green? Oh, okay, man. Good. They had a counter spell. I'm pretty sure they had a counter spell. They looked at Cavern of Souls and they shed some tears. There's that Field of Ruin. Now the question becomes, see if they have a counterspell for this. I bet they do. Or they'd use Field of Ruin in response. Take out Cavern of Souls and all that stuff. Now. Okay. Well, I get Kaheera at the very least. It's pretty good though. You just play Carnage turn till you force a sweeper. If they don't sweep, you keep attacking. If you keep attacking, they're dead. But if they sweep, you're open to do all the other stuff. So they're caught between certainly a rock and a hard place, I would think. Some of the time. Now I just have to hope. No counterspell. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Change the equation. They're changing the equation in their favor. That's for sure. Oh, hey, no more counterspells. That darn Alpine Moon would have saved us. 100%. Ooh, we're getting there. Getting one closer. Beautiful. Sylvan Scrank, though. Man, that would have been deadly. Oh, there's that cavern. Beautiful stuff. Let's get that Carnage turned. Fired up. Ready to go. If we see Castle Garenbrig at any point, they die. The 3 forests plus Restless Ridgeline plus Castle is 6. The other cavern plus Restless. Okay. Another one. As DJ Khaled says, I should actually make that into a clip. Another one. Another one. You're going to run out of sweepers at some point, buddy. Oh boy. Narset. Oh boy, that's good. Let's see if they grab a sweeper. Sunken Citadel. Oh, I like the looks of that. Now the question becomes, Restless Ridgeline? Yeah, we can make that a creature. Do some more damage. Makes sense. Take out Narset, Carnage to take out, do a bit of damage. Really. I like it. So, I'm finally making use of the manlands. I was thinking of playing Regisaur, but let's not bother doing that. Field of Ruin is rough. They're going to take out Sunken Citadel, I would think. Let's go with Tyrannix Rex. It's a thing with haste. We keep up the pressure better. They can't counter it. They can't target it. They could have Ether Gust. Something that sends it to the top or the bottom. Oh, excuse me. Basically, we just try to buy time. Force a sweeper every turn until we get to Galta's Stampede Tyrant. Pretty much any land would do the trick. I hope. That's okay, paying 6. I'm okay with that if they want to pay 6. Then we have 3. Oh, the Alpine Moon. The Alpine Moon would probably draw out Field of Ruin, I'd think. That's a tough one. Yeah, let's save that Source of Red. Yeah, they save a Source Red. I want to try for Alpine Moon after I do Carnage turn stuff. See if they have something that maybe could deal with it, and then Alpine Moon would happen. Actually, you know what we want to explore with Carnage turned? Excuse me, get a land. Maybe kill him next turn. Nope, that's not a land. So it could be about to happen. Maybe. I'd imagine they have some sort of counterspell, unfortunately. We'll see if Not sticking that Alpine Moon was my doom and gloom, but I can explore again, which is actually pretty darn good. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, we got a Restless Ridgeline. Now we played the Restless Ridgeline. Okay, we have 8. We have 8. Oh boy. They gotta sweep. If they don't sweep, it's downhill. Well, I don't know that it's good game. I'm gonna try Alpine Moon. We're pretty safe at this point. I'll name Field of Ruin. Let's see what Kaheera draws out. I'll just keep drawing stuff out. They could think it's good game. They want me to do my thing and then they want to settle. And we're not doing none of that funny business. Galta Primal Hunger? Yeah, I like Galta Primal Hunger. Let's see what happens with that. Huh. Settle the wreckage? Maybe. They could be saying good game to bluff me or something. Okay. Not too bad. That's a big shark, though. A really big shark. Oh. Done. Good game is right. But they had so... Oh.
You won! You did it!
They had so many cards. You can figure maybe they'll have something up their sleeve with all of that. When they say good game and they are completely untapped, all their lands available, you gotta get a little bit suspicious there. That's for sure. Lovely stuff though. Okay. A great way to start. Let's just do it again. Pop into Diamond. Pretty much the fastest I've ever got there, I think. That's pretty fast. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. But let's keep in mind all the stuff that was useful and helpful and the stuff that didn't really help. Could Icon simply be switched out for something that is more helpful more often in a general sense, potentially? Like the looks of that. 2 lands, commune. Boom. We don't have much for turn 1. We don't have to play commune with dinosaurs on turn 1. That's pretty good. Restless Ridgeline. It always enters tapped. Castle Garenbrig might not enter tapped if we have a 4. Oh my goodness. That. We got a Sylvan Scrying. Folks, this is... Oh, in the Sunken Citadel. Strap yourselves in. This is about to get ugly. Hopefully no Thoughtseize to get rid of Sylvan. Oh, they played a Reckoner Bankbuster. Oh. Man, I'm glad some of you are here. The Sylvan Scrying to grab a second Sunken. So when we go Castle, we need both Sunken. Oh. That's exactly what you want to see. Oh, shucks. They played the Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Oh, boy. Yeah, Kaheera. Let's get Kaheera. If we draw land that enters untapped next turn and they don't Thoughtseize away Galta, we win. How cool is that? No Thoughtseize. No Thoughtseize. Just be a forest. Cavern of Souls. Oh, they did it. They did it. Now we know what they're going to do. Galta Stampede Tyrant is gone. 100%. Gotta be. Oh. Double Thoughtseize. Oh, there. That was so close. Palani's Hatcher. Let's draw out a little bit of removal. They may not have understood how close they are, or how close they were from immediate death. Hey, that's okay. I got creatures. That's the main thing. I drew it a piece of removal, which is good. But now I have 2 eggs. If I was low, I just simply jump block with these 2 eggs, buy myself another turn. That's what it's all about. If they don't have a Thoughtseize, they die. They die. Okay. Oh my. Oh. No Thoughtseize. No. Oh. They're dead. They're simply dead. How good is that? Oh, shucks. He played a Trespasser and a reflection of Kiki Jiki. Oh, geez. I'm scared. There you go. Fast enough. You don't always have to play early things when you're so explosive. It's like you're in line. Even if you used early acceleration, creature-based to ramp to get you ahead. Castle Garenbrig, Sunken Citadel, factor in how fast that can accelerate you. It's got to be at least even, but sometimes it's faster than that early creature-based acceleration. But if this is even, this is better, because you're not going to stomp, fatal push, anything, the creatures that I try to play. Thoughtseize, they did. It could be good. Cloaked Phantom, absolutely. It's Quith. A fantastic suggestion. I tried it out a little bit, but I found I'm just getting the job done without interaction. I just do something that is pretty resilient, and I don't have to have its Quith. I could have something that ramps or something that increases the consistency maybe instead of its Quith. But I love the interaction, the potential. Worst case scenario, hey, I got a 2/3 haste on turn 2, and any future copies of its Quith are like a sorcery speed piece of interaction, that sort of thing. Excuse me. I might think about it. Increase the interaction, potentially. And everyone says, oh, you need interaction. No, I don't think that's the case. I could have interaction in here, but keep in mind, if I added an interaction, it would likely hurt what I'm trying to do. It would make it not as powerful. Trim Regisaur Alpha, or have 2 Tyrannix Rex and 2 Carnage turns to bring in 4 pieces of interaction. Interaction that I have to wait for a good moment to use it. I didn't even sideboard. Tranquil Frillback would be good, but I had such a good time talking with you guys. That's okay. We beat them up. But yeah, that's a good hand. We got Sunken already. Whew. Diamond ranked with Dinosaurs this week. Good stuff. Happy to hear. Always happy to hear people having good success with them. Hopefully it's not too little too late. Hopefully it's not another Thoughtseize, but you can see why I liked Leyline of Sanctity. Giving myself hexproof. Ooh, that is good. I never have to worry about a Thoughtseize ripping stuff from my hand. We'll go with Commune. We'll see if a Sunken is in the top 5. It is not, but a Castle Garenbrig is. Beautiful. This is getting good. We have 6 mana on turn 4. Castle Garenbrig going to be our 3rd land. Cavern of Souls as our 4th. Carnage Tyrant turn 4. Tyrannix Rex turn 5, maybe. If we get a 5th land. Okay. Technically, we're going with Commune. Search for that other Sunken. Sunken. Sinking their chances. Oh, Sunken Citadel, there it is. Source red. If we see Gulta Primal Hunger, they may be dead. Oh, look at this. Gulta Primal Hunger is not one of the 8 that I sent to the bottom. I was pretty sure. So, and we haven't seen a copy of Gulta Primal. No. Galta's Stampede Tyrant. I got the Galtas mixed up. Yet. Oh, this is a tough part. The very tough part. I can play Topiary, but it shuffles the deck. I know for a fact that Galta Stampede Tyrant is coming up pretty soon. The 8 cards on the bottom that I know are not Galta Stampede Tyrant would get shuffled and mixed, reducing the chance pretty greatly of not seeing Galta Stampede Tyrant at some point. Let's go with Castle Garenbrig. Let's get Kaheera. We gotta do Kaheera at some point. We'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe we get Galta Stampede Tyrant next turn. That would be good. We need to do something, but okay, well, we're not dead yet. That's not Galta Stampede Tyrant. Can we save ourselves? I don't believe we can. Palani's Hatcher for sure. Trying to see if I can play something plus Galta. I don't think that's going to be the case, sadly. Palani's Hatcher, have as many blockers as possible. Again, maybe buy ourselves a turn. Kaheera the Orphanguard as well. Makes sense, give everybody vigilance, that's good. Gotta keep up the aggression. As long as they don't have Stomp, maybe we're safe. No Stomp, cross your fingers. Hey, no, yeah, you never know. Still lots of nasty stuff. It looks like we might be safe. If they had Stomp from Bone Crusher, they'd just take us down to 1. It would not be fun. Oh, they might still have Stomp. Let's hope they don't. Cross the fingers. 6, 7, 8, 9. Excuse me. All right. Train expects for 7 Galta for 2. Deadly. No Stomp. No Stomp. No. Or they have removal for Galta. Removal. Like, whatchamacallit. Go for the throat. Heartless Act. Well, that's pretty good. Are they still dead?
I am inevitable.
What in the hell just happened? How did he do that?
Down to 1. Get her done. Have some fun. Oh. Man, that reminds me, actually, while I wasn't recording on my phone, is it Phoenix? They took me just down to 1 with 2 Arc-like Phoenixes, a Ledger Shredder. They were chipping away. They thought they had me in the bag. They were at 20. They attacked, completely wide open. I top-decked the Cavern of Souls against the Izzet Phoenix, just enough for Galta Stampede Tyrant, played everything, hasty, dead. Everything hasty, dead. Again. Love it. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate 1 HP is all you need. Who cares if they're attacking turn 3, 4 a little bit. They're chipping away. Buy yourself some time, and that's really the epiphany kind of. Well, it's not exactly the epiphany I had, but maybe you want to play a big Galta Stampede Tyrant turn. You want to barf a lot of stuff. Play Carnage Tyrant. Just have it out. Block. Buy yourself a turn. Buy yourself a turn. Palani's Hatcher. 3 chump blockers in 1. Pretty good for buying yourself a turn. A manland. Maybe you have enough. You have an overload of mana. Even if you make Restless Ridgeline a creature to block to save yourself, chances are you still might be able to make enough mana for Galta Stampede Tyrant, as I could have here. 2 Sunkens in Castle, plus Forest and Cavern is 8 for Galta Stampede Tyrant. So I could have chump blocked Restless Ridgeline, could have blocked Shieldred, and I still would have had 8 green for a future Galta Stampede Tyrant. It's gotta be a game changer. But Sunken Citadel is a game changer. If you guys haven't already, get your copies of Sunken Citadel in paper. You might not be able to. I've been kind of keeping an eye on it. I wanted to get it when it was dirt cheap, 50 cents Canadian, which is like 30 cents US, but it's crept up. It's like $1.50, $2 US, rising. Sunken Citadel can be used in basically any deck. What deck doesn't have a man land, utilities, Field of Ruin? If Azorius Control has Field of Ruin and they have Sunken Citadel, they only have to tap Sunken to use 2 mana for Field of Ruin's colorless ability to destroy a non-basic land. It's lovely. It's lovely. That could be the best land in the set. One of the best lands in recent memory, because every deck could potentially love to use this efficiently. It enters as whatever color you need. If you're a multicolored deck, mono green devotion. Oh look, they only need to tap 1 land to pay for the 2 for Nykthos. To tap and make devotion to green. Oh. Man, alright. What a way to start. Azorius Control done. Rakdos Midrange done. And that's a pretty crazy range. If you can be pretty good against Azorius Control and Rakdos, very different decks. That's got to be a good sign. Huh. Alright, we'll have another match. Actually, maybe after this match, I'll do something wacky just as a bit of a celebration. Coasting right into Diamond. Ooh, deadly. It's pretty cool. I know how good, how explosive it can be, so I just buy my time. I know I have an out, the out of outs, you could say. Whether I need that last land to play Galta Stampede Tyrant, or whether I'm looking for Galta Stampede Tyrant. Maybe I get Commune with Dinosaurs, which digs and grabs it, and then I play it. I don't exactly like that hand though. If I saw Commune or a Sylvan Scrying, I would probably keep it. Good evening. How is it? Hopefully all is well. All is very well so far. Tonight, winning the first 2 matches, lovely stuff. Azorius Control and Rakdos Midrange. Smoked them. There we are. Had to mulligan a few times, not too bad. 1 Commune. I want to keep the forest, especially for Castle Garenbrig. Lovely to have a land that has the forest type. Castle Garenbrig entering untapped. Excuse me, we'll get Palani's. Restless Ridgeline could be a creature. Help us with the aggression. It does look... Oh, speaking of Castle Garenbrig, good. We don't need to use Commune with Dinosaurs turn 1 though. Very nice. We can have our tap land be our land for the turn. Yes, it is this deck. I have a little bit of tech against the deck, so hopefully Giant Cindermaw, stopping them gaining life, well, that's going to be quite helpful. Now let's grab Galta. It might not matter at this point, unfortunately. Ish. Yeah. If Amalia Explore combo, Abzan, Amalia, if they can't gain life, it's not much of a deck at all. But how do you stop them gaining life? You Flame Sweep. A sweeper that deals 2 damage or even 1 damage. Lunarch Veteran especially. This is a very good learning experience if you're having trouble against them. There's Lunarch Veteran, the other thing, whatever it is. Prosperous Innkeeper. Little creatures that gain life whenever a creature enters, or something like that. Yeah, anyways, a sweeper, instant speed for 2, smoke them. They can't gain life. That's what you want. Flame Sweep is my favorite just because it is instant speed. You really get to surprise them. Cinderclasm? Yeah, Cinderclasm could be the ticket. 1 in a red, 1 damage at instant speed. Or you can kick it for an extra red to do the exact same thing as Flame Sweep. So 1 and 2 red to deal 2 damage to each creature, or 2 of any color and a red for the same thing. Certainly Flame Sweep would be better in that scenario. Big time. Just because you don't need 2 red. And sometimes 2 sources of red, at least with this particular list, is kind of rough stuff. You get Castle Garenbrig, Forest, Cavern of Souls, Sunken Citadel, having chosen green. The second source of red is awkward. Oh yeah, what am I thinking? They got the thing going. Hey, we're in Diamond. I know I can beat this deck. I've beat it before. I'm not worried about facing anything at this point. There you go. Really would like 4 copies of Flame Sweep. Kaheera? I don't know. I'm going to keep Kaheera in. I am a dinosaur deck. Strictly dinosaurs, meeting the requirement to be this companion. But still, I wonder. Icon of Ancestry, hey. Giant Cindermaw is going to help us. And we have to make space somewhere. Cult of Primal Hunger? Yeah, 1 copy. Ancient Imperiosaur. Really haven't seen Ancient Imperiosaur at all tonight. It has only been a couple matches, but still. You can imagine Ancient Imperiosaur could simply go away. Icon of Ancestry could simply go away. How many of the things haven't had an impact? It's a very small sample size, of course. Don't draw too many conclusions. But still, it makes you think, hey, if you get the job done, if you can distill it down, fine-tune it to a razor's edge, maybe some of the things that I'm using tonight I could trim. Always fun to think about. Well, if we're going to get there, we're going to get there. And I think I'd rather Ghalta instead of Carnage Tyrant. I like that. If we're going to barf a lot of stuff, I'd rather have a big thing. For sure. Oh boy. Ooh, Topiary Stomp. But that's okay. That's okay. Still should be alright. No Amalia. Ooh. Well, maybe they won't play the Wild Growth Walker next turn. Huh. Well, they probably milled it because they have a Wild Growth Walker in their hand. Not much you can do. Flame Sweep would have saved us, but hey, can't win them all. That's for sure. That's how it goes. Sometimes you just lose. It doesn't matter what you play. Oh, it's a good night. No matter what. Even if I lost all the other ones. But let's talk about Amalia Explore for a bit. I want to talk about it for a bit more. I'm not missing my sideboarding, so yeah, hopefully this is good. Yeah, you hate this deck. Okay. Let's figure out what, well, I'll say what I think is the best stuff for it. It could be something that attacks the Wild Growth Walker, deals damage or takes out something specifically with a green color. But I still think the life gain part, probably the best thing. 4 Giant Cindermaw, go for it. Not Rampaging Frostodon, a good point was made. Why not Rampaging Frostodon instead of Giant Cindermaw? Rampaging is very painful. I could be a little bit low, perhaps at times. Rampaging Frostodon has hurt me quite a bit in the past, dealing damage whenever a creature enters. So I want to have a big turn with Ghalta to take out the opponent, but then I would kill myself because I'm putting so many creatures on the battlefield. Palani's Hatcher, that's 4 creatures in one. Palani plus the 2 eggs, And then when one of the eggs is sacrificed, it's another damage. And then Galta, the Regisaur Alpha, 2 bodies. It's really sometimes painful with Rampaging Frostodon. So I prefer Cindermaw. But I'd maybe want Rampaging Frostodon anyways. Combined with Giant Cindermaw. Just have 8 things that hate against this. They have lots of creatures, lots of little creatures. If you're not hating against life gain, well, it's going to be rough. If they can't gain life, it's not really a deck at all. Pretty much. You should be able to win. Amalia Benavides is white and black for a 2/2. That's pretty good. Legendary creature. It makes me think it's from Legends. Way back when, 1994 or 95, that very old set. That kind of seems like something from there. 2 for a 2/2. Pretty much vanilla. Beautiful. Well, think about that. If I want to go fast, super aggressive, I could add in the Rampaging Frostodon. I get to hate against Celestia Angels as well if I ever face them, which I like hating against Celestia Angels. But yeah, I'd say if you're able to support it, whatever deck you're playing. But if you're in red, jam Giant Cindermaw. Stop them gaining life. Flame Sweep. 2 damage to everything. You get to take out decks with lots of little creatures. But also Flame Sweep, pretty good against Rakdos Midrange. Blood Tithe Harvester, the token, Reflection. Flame Sweep is instant speed. You wait until the turn where Fable of the Mirror Breaker transforms and it becomes Reflection, and then that's when you cast Flame Sweep. Take out all the stuff, but even if Flame Sweep takes out 2 Blood Tithe Harvesters, that's saving you from taking quite a bit of damage and from losing a future creature when they sacrifice one of them to give somebody -X/-X. Yeah, sometimes you just don't see the hate. I could have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively, but you can't mulligan forever. Keep a pretty good hand. You hope they don't go off. Sometimes they go off, and yeah. But I say we celebrate a bit. Play something wacky. It's been a while since I played something wacky. Let's look through the list. Basically, it is all dinos. I'll just fire. Actually, I'll select the deck here. I'll fire something up that I haven't played in a while. Oh, what should it be? What should it be? Honest, ooh, a lot of good stuff. A lot of old stuff. Pretty old. Polyraptor. Oh, Yahoo Yadaro. That was like probably a year ago. Maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. Definitely. The combo decks like Amalia, it is rough. But the potential to win on turn 3, I think maybe it's a little bit too fast. I don't mind myself. I'll beat them. I'll face them. Sometimes I'll lose to them. I'll try my best against them. But I think what I'm doing with these dinos, it's like the most fair way. And even if the combo doesn't happen, that's what's good about it. If I don't do the Galta Stampede Tyrant thing of barfing everything, it's all hasty, all the other creatures are still amazing. Palani's Hatcher, Regisaur Alpha, hasty damage. Galta Primal Hunger, maybe I get to play that, boom, 2 for a 12/12 haste. Carnage Tyrant, what you gonna do to that? Tyrannix Rex, hasty, attack, beautiful aggression. Even if the best possible thing doesn't happen for this dino deck, I think that's good. Respectable at least. Combo decks where it doesn't exactly happen, the specific combo. If you do anything other than exactly that, the deck fizzles. I think that's also probably what people hate too. But hey, if you like playing a deck, you play the deck. As long as you're having a good time, whatever it is you're playing, that's the most important thing. Maybe I should do Polyraptor Fling. Yeah. let's take a look at Polyraptor Fling. That's fun stuff. Basically, it's Marauding Raptor, Hunt Master, Raptor Hatchling, Polyraptor. Oh, excuse me. Forerunner of the Empire is the way to stop the combo. Marauding pings Polyraptor, makes a copy. Marauding pings the copy. It's an infinite loop. If you have no way to stop this, you die. The game ends in a draw. But Forerunner of the Empire pings... Oh my goodness, pings 1 damage to each creature. Eventually, it will have pinged Marauding Raptor 3 times. Killing Marauding Raptor, stopping the combo. You got a bunch of Polyraptors. You lose Forerunner of the Empire, but you stop the combo and you actually get to win in this case. And if you've only dealt 3 damage to everything, Regisaur Alpha has been pinged 3 times, but you get to attack with all the Polyraptors, win on the spot. It's kind of like Cult of Stampede Tyrant, I guess. Oh yeah, good old Dino Enrage deck, but come to think of it, I have not updated it since the Lost Caverns of Excellence. Regisaur plus Palani's. Actually, let's do some live updating and tweaking. Ooh, this will be good. I gotta think now. Raptor Hatchling. Let's trim that. Let's switch Raptor Hatchling for Palani's Hatcher. Give haste to everybody. Yeah, that looks good. Beautiful stuff. Drover of the Mighty. Trim it, I guess. Yeah. How many lands do I have? 22. We can make that work. Cavern of Souls. Oh, definitely need Cavern of Souls. My goodness. I was always hoping Cavern of Souls would get printed into Standard or somehow get into Pioneer, Explorer. There we go. We got it. Could I tweak this to make sense for Castle Garenbrig? Potentially. If I'm able to make 8 mana for Galta's Stampede Tyrant, I'm able to make 8 mana for the Polyraptor. Yeah, let's do that. That would work. Keep it at 22. That's a tough one. Forest map. I like that. Maybe I'll keep it like that. I'll tweak this after I'm done tonight. We'll play maybe a couple matches or something. Up the lanes potentially. This could get pretty good, pretty deadly. I still think the Galta's Stampede Tyrant variation is the best way. Too Restless Ridgelot. Alright. Slightly updated Polyraptor Fling. Fling-ish, I guess you could say. Oh my, putting me to sleep. Takes forever to scroll up to the top, my goodness. Yeah, I think this could be pretty legit. You can't counter the Polyraptor that's going to enter because we now have Cavern of Souls. I don't know, I was so focused on Galta's Stampede Tyrant, tweaking this list, refining it. Kind of forgot to update the potential classic, the classic of classic combos way back in Standard 5-6 years ago, something like that now. A long time. Beautiful. I think it's pretty beautiful. 4 lands, eventually getting Forerunner. Maybe grabbing Polyraptor, we'll see. Perhaps. At the very least, I got Heroic Intervention. I might end up trimming that. Just not worrying about protecting everything. It is nice if, with the Marauding Raptor trigger on the stack, we get to protect stuff. Or we let Marauding die, then we give everything indestructible. I can't give Marauding indestructible because, well, then the combo would just continue, unfortunately. do like an Otepic Huntmaster. Might as well play it. Hopefully it doesn't get fatal pushed. Hey, at the very least, you're going to see... Oh, shucks. Hopefully no fatal push. I don't have a turn 3 play with that reduction, though. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, the good old Thoughtseize. Alrighty then. Oh boy. They'd probably get rid of Forerunner, I would imagine. Hey, at least Huntmaster survived. I was pretty sure it was going to be a fatal push coming in hot. It's been a while since I played Huntmaster. My oh my. That's pretty good. Restless Ridgeline always enters tapped. Got Heroic Intervention, so as long as it's not Sheoldred's Edict and they don't have another Thoughtseize, we probably are getting Regisaur Alpha next turn. As long as they don't have a counter spell for Regisaur. Oh! Okay. Painful. Back-to-back Thoughtseize is never a fun time. That is pretty good. Hey, we get to protect them. And they're stumbling in the land department, which I'm definitely not unhappy to see. I guess maybe they do have Fatal Push. They're wondering, oh, am I going to use it now? I would just use Heroic Intervention. At least I get to start chipping away. Make Restless Ridgeline a creature next turn. That's pretty good. Okay, well, I thought it was just regular Dimir Control, but it is Dimir Rogues. Ooh, scary. It would have been nice to see that Ripjaw Raptor. Draw some cards, get maybe a little bit closer to this combo I'm trying to assemble. Yeah, I could see something nice focused on Polyraptor. Maybe all 4 Polyraptors. Some of you may have said or may have thought 4 Galta Stampede Tyrants was a little bit crazy, a little bit overkill. You don't need 4. Oh, you want to see that as often as possible because it beats up the opponent as often as possible. So I could see, yeah, I could see multiple Polyraptors. Plus with Forerunner of the Empire, definitely a good chance, almost guaranteed. Excuse me. Pretty much guaranteed with Forerunner to see a Polyraptor. Ooh. They're milling 2? Not with this. Okay. I thought it was the Soaring Thought Thief. Whenever Rogue attacks, they mill 2. We would have been at 8, which would have powered up the Thieves Guild Enforcer plus the Soaring Thought Thief there. Ooh, okay. That's kind of rough. I mean, I certainly didn't miss this particular turn of events. Marauding Raptor sometimes taking out Huntmaster. I could have used Heroic Intervention just to save Huntmaster, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I can almost play Polyraptor with the lands that I have. If I had Castle Garenbrig, I could make 6. If one of those lands was Castle Garenbrig, I'd make 6. Polyraptor is reduced to 6 with the cost reduction of Huntmaster and Marauding. But then it would be an infinite loop, so we can't do that. Yeah, man, Sunken Citadel and Castle is going to be good. Eventually. One of these days here, we got to get something that's a creature, my goodness. Maybe I'll finally make Restless Ridgeline a creature next turn. If I get another land, I definitely want to have 2 after I make it a creature. That could potentially happen, depending what we draw. If it's basically any land, we would have 2 left over. Ooh, that Forerunner. Unfortunate. If anybody new is just joining, this is not the exact list. I popped into Diamond. We're doing a fun thing, revisiting the old Polyraptor, Marauding Raptor combo. Updated it a little bit. Sheltered Thicket, I kind of need a land, but I also I want to draw. I want to get something good. Something that isn't a land. The Ripjaw. Ooh, Palani's Hatcher. Oh, now here's the fun part. 3. Yeah, we're waiting. I want to have 2 left up so I can save the eggs. 1 of the eggs from being killed by marauding. Yeah, we'll wait. Heroic Intervention next turn after we spend 3 for Palani's. We save the eggs. Marauding pings them, but the eggs are still around, and then the egg gets sacrificed. Marauding pings that token that enters, gets extra big. Marauding is going to have pinged 4 dinosaurs next turn, potentially bringing it to 10 power. So something like this. It would be good to give trample to all creatures you control. Various ways to do that. But whenever using a marauding, if it can get big many turns, or it has the potential to get big, look at trample. So you don't have to worry about the pesky chump blocking possibility. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we can go incubation, still have enough for Palani's Hatcher plus Heroic Intervention. I like it. Or maybe they have a counter spell. Ooh. Well, at least I got through 4 lands that I don't exactly need at this point. But this just got even more interesting because I have Heroic Intervention. We have to enter full control just so I get the chance to... Is it on? It's on. Okay, full control's on. I just need the chance to respond to the marauding triggers is what I'm getting at. But hopefully they don't have a counter spell. They might. They're ready and waiting for something bigger to counter. Ooh, drowned in the lock. Where's that Cavern of Souls when you need it? That was soulless. Okay. Actually, I guess I could turn off full control. We'll wait. Marauding Raptor, maybe. Thieves Guild Enforcer would block it. They'd think I'd use Heroic Intervention to give it indestructible, because I don't want to lose it to the Death Touch, and then they'd fatal push. Oh, there's that Polyraptor. Oh, Polyraptor would have been good. Ooh, another one. Huh. Nuts. Would have been nice to get Regisaur Alpha too. Yeah, Heroic Intervention might just be kind of required, somewhat required. If you're going to use Palani's Hatcher, it's kind of painful to lose those eggs. You never get the chance to crack them open. And you supercharge Marauding. Pings a bunch of stuff. If you have multiple Maraudings, Palani's is indestructible, or the eggs are indestructible. That could be nice. Supercharge them. But I think the pings happen to Palani first, and then the eggs happen. You can reorder the triggers, so I'm pretty sure you can stack it so things happen advantageously. We'll find something eventually. You could imagine if this was that Stampede dino list that I've always been using, we maybe could have stuck something. I'm not sure exactly what I would transfer. What is Huntmaster in the Stampede list? What is Marauding? it's very hard to consider because everything is so incredibly different between the two. I like incubation. Well, I was gonna say no drown in a lock, but hey, they only have one. Oh, Polyraptor. Okay. A Regisaur Alpha also would be good. Now we're going with Polyraptor. We gotta try it. We can play it. Goes infinite, sadly. I guess if I had 3 Marauding Raptors, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. Let me think. We gotta wait, unfortunately. This is the painful part. Just Forerunner as the way to stop the combo. Not exactly enough. You probably should have 8 ways to stop it. Either you fling Marauding Raptor after it's pinged Polyraptor a bunch, after it's so big that it's 20 power, 22, whatever the opponent's life total is. Fling it at the opponent at instant speed, kill him that way, as a way to stop the combo, as a way to win on the spot. Something that sacrifices a creature at instant speed. You sacrifice a Marauding after you've made enough Polyraptor tokens, it's stopped. Also pretty good. Also pretty interesting. Wondering what the opponent might have. Maybe it's just a bunch of removal. They know I'm going to use Heroic Intervention. Forerunner of the Empire would be pretty ideal. At least I'm still at 17. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like it. Oh. They milled a Forerunner off the top. If they hadn't milled more, Forerunner would have been what I drew, but Ripjaw is good. Cross your fingers. No drown in the lock. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Where's the Cavern of Souls? I haven't seen it yet. Probably milled a copy or two. I'm pretty sure I saved this list. Could have sworn I switched in the Cavern of Souls when I was tweaking it before I started here. Okay. No removal on Ripjaw. Let's draw that Forerunner. Oh, another Ripjaw is good. I'll take it. Actually, I should probably see if all the Forerunners are milled. So we got 1, 2, 3. There should be 1 left. Nothing was exiled. 1 Forerunner to go. Okay. Let's try another Ripjaw. See what we get. 2 green to draw 2 cards and be left with a 4 or 5. That probably draws more cards down the line. That's pretty decent. Oh, I have missed this particular combo. Mini combo. The classic. Interesting. All right. Oh, I drew some cards. I could play Marauding Raptor, give everything instant, well, at instant speed, give everything indestructible. The other Marauding I play would save itself, and you know what, let's do extra funny stuff. Play a Marauding. Save it with Heroic, or they're waiting to counter Heroic Intervention. Hopefully that's not the case, though. There we go. No counterspell. Negate. Would not be great. But at least I have a bunch of creatures. We can be pretty aggressive. They gotta counter it. Oh! As I knew it. So that must be what they were saving Drown in the Lock for, I bet. Well, that Marauding Raptor's certainly going down. Hopefully they don't have a fatal push. I am kind of tempted to still just attack with the Maraudings. I imagine both Thieves Guild Enforcers would trade. You know what? I'm gonna just attack with one. If I draw Forerunner of the Empire, I don't have to worry about it being killed by a total of 4 damage from 2 Maraudings. I would imagine the opponent trades with an A3, so now only 2 damage would be potentially dealt to the last Forerunner that I could possibly draw, because again 3 are in the graveyard. We might get there. Oh, it's wild. I was just texting my wife. She's going to bed. They got us with that darn indestructible. That's okay. We got more card draw. Let's get that Forerunner. Let's get Polyraptor. Let's do the combo. Hopefully at least once in this match. But I would imagine it may not happen, especially with something that has counter spells, lots of removal. A pretty low chance for the Polyraptor thing to pop off. Darn. Hey, maybe they don't want to attack into Ripjaw. I would trade with the Thieves Guild Enforcer. They lose a creature, I lose a creature, but I draw a card, so at least Ripjaw does replace itself, which is always pretty nice. Usually, always good. Maybe Marauding has pinged Ripjaw. You've already drawn 1 card, and now you draw a second one when 2 creatures trade. It makes a lot of sense. Pretty good. Eventually, man, they're going to put me to sleep. Even after drinking a couple Cokes. Yeah, at least we keep getting chipped away by 1/1. That's not too bad. We have some time to draw some good stuff. They know Polyraptor is a possibility. They probably know we're waiting to find something to shut off the combo, unfortunately, but hey, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll tweak this. Maybe play this list again, the updated list, later on this week. Something that has more ways to sacrifice the Polyraptor. Whether it's land-based, there is a few things. 1 land in particular. But if it's something at, well, something for 1, that would be ideal. Zerasan, that guy is never fun. Rough stuff. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, they may put a permanent from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under their control. I certainly imagine it's probably going to be, well, a Polyraptor of our own. That would be rough. Well, at least they didn't mill a Forerunner. That's pretty good. It's probably a Polyraptor of ours, I would think. Okay, we got Sultai Dinos. Blue, black, and green. Scary. Okay. You know what? Let's just play it. We know what's going to happen. It's not going to be good. It's going to end in a draw. Eventually. One of these days here. Just kind of cool to see it get as big as it's getting. But maybe the opponent hasn't faced this before and they don't know it's going to end in a draw and they'll concede. Sometimes that happens just because it is such an old combo and it's certainly not very common. You might catch an opponent by surprise the odd time, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, unfortunately. That's a lot of tokens, though. Oh, 53. Give one haste, just 'cause. Not that it does anything. Oh. Interesting. Maybe they walked away because they figured they were going to win. They could have gone AFK. That'd be pretty amusing. Okay, I guess that didn't happen. I just kind of want to see how big it's going to get. It's probably been 2 years since I've dusted this off and tried it out. Pretty cool to see. Okay. So it ended in a draw. Odd. I guess we play it again. Oh. I thought maybe both people would get a win. Something like that. Either way, shifting Ceratops can be pretty good against this particular deck. No. Can't be countered. Block some of those flying rogues. Pretty important. Definitely something I want to have in. Big time. Incubation could be good. Heroic Intervention, I'm gonna trim that. That's pretty interesting though. If it's always a draw, what happens? Do we just keep playing into infinity and beyond? Huh. Interesting. Well, this is a fun science experiment, I guess you could say. Looks like a decent hand. Not all the parts of the combo, but at least Huntmaster and Marauding is pretty nice. Almost played Marauding Raptor there by mistake. That's how long it's been since I've used them. Crazy to say that. Ooh. Fatal Push. Okay. Touched too many lands, but hey, I felt positive about it. We're gonna see that incubation, incongruity, pay 1 green, grab something. Soaring Thought Thief potentially flashing it in. It is a 1/3, so it would block Marauding Raptor. Being a 2/3 there, they wouldn't take anything. Oh my goodness! I've never played against Dimir Rogues before in my life. Hashtag pre-recorded. Good stuff. Now maybe it dies. Rogues, very painful. All flashy. If they have mana up, you never know what they're going to do. It could be a counter spell. It could be a creature. They're trying to kill your stuff. Who knows? All of it usually pretty painful. Oh darn, I only have lands. At least that is a small benefit. A small silver lining. We lost one Polyraptor, that's okay. And we got a Ripjaw, and we have Cavern of Souls protecting Ripjaw Raptor. Good, finally seeing Cavern. That's what it's all about. At the very least, draw a card, but they could have some removal. Taking out Ripjaw before. Well, okay, they're going to take out Rod. Okay. I must admit, I didn't miss Fatal Push, ruining my chances. Nice little bit of aggression. I do appreciate that haste, as always, from Huntmaster. Just starting the clock. Getting the job done. Playing a creature earlier and attacking with it earlier, which is extra fast. Hopefully it's not Xerath Sand. Grabbing Polyraptor from the graveyard. Oh, it might be. We'd be done for if that was the case. No, ooh, ooh. Oh man, I got scared there for a second. That's not a pretty sight. Hey, at least I don't have Carnage Tyrants and Tyrannix Rexes. I don't have to worry about Xerath Sand. I'm stealing those guys. Scary stuff. I never have to deal with those things across from me, which is good. Ugh. Not so good, but hey, we'll get there. Nice bit of aggression. Maybe losing Huntmaster to another Fatal Push, unfortunately, but at least Ripjaw's going to connect. They're getting decently low, I would say. Kinda. Palani's or Regisaur Alpha would be pretty much ideal. Just keep dodging the counter spells, dodging Drown in the Lock especially, or various other things they have. Probably change the equation. They did get rid of a land, which I was going to draw. We lost a Shifting Ceratops, sadly though. Got to be a creature underneath Shifting Ceratops, I would think. One of these days, man. Oh, I could go have a nap while I wait for them to decide what to do. Maybe they're new to Rogues. There's certainly probably a decent bit of decisions. Oh, do I play this? Do I kill this? Will I have enough for this? Oh my goodness, excuse me. Certainly easier decks to play. Oh my, I drank that too fast. Definitely easier decks to play than this for someone new-ish. Would be funny if they also, or they just still continued to use a Thoughtseize and they keep seeing lands all the time. Hey, pay 1 black to lose 2 life. That's pretty good. Not so good. At least I get to replay it with Huntmaster. Well, I'll take it. It's not nothing. They paid 4 to save themselves temporarily taking 4. That's fine by me. They could have paid 4 to just kill Ripjaw. Straight up. Or 2 to kill Ripjaw. Go for the throat, Heartless Act, any number of things. That Plains Hatcher, that would have been beautiful though. Good. Still no Xerath Sand. I'm surprised there's not more Xerath Sand though. Maybe they only have 1 or 2 copies, but I always thought that guy was pretty good. Ninjutsu comes in, steals a big creature. Certainly I have the potential for big creatures, so I could see them maybe prioritizing Xerath Sand a bit. Oh, my New Year's was good, Heaven. Yes, yeah, it is. And there's the Thoughtseize. Just as I said, the silver lining. All I have is lands. If they Thoughtseize, well, there you go. Oh, and Forerunner. I love it. Probably a counter spell, I would imagine. But yeah, my Christmas was good. Holidays were good. New Year's are good. I'm in Diamonds now. Heaven, if you're just tuning in, you got to go back and check out those matches. Azorius Control, smoked them. Rakdos Midrange, smoked them. And then I thought to celebrate, we're going to start off with the classic list. A list you would have seen from way back when, because you've been watching from way back when. That's good. That's good. Dino's putting in work, absolutely. Actually, I guess they would have milled. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense since I'm going to lose Polyraptor. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. Yeah. Ripjaw. Attack Kaito. I don't want them to get -7 with this guy. They get an emblem with whenever a creature they control deals combat damage to a player, they search their library for a blue or black creature and simply put it onto the battlefield. Whenever a creature, so for each creature that deals damage to us, they search for a blue or black creature. They just swarm the battlefield. They do a lot of painful things, and that's how she goes. Maybe there's going to be a Polyraptor underneath after they attack and mill it off the top. Or they just kill Forerunner. Plus attack. Yeah, definitely a rough time. Not the deck you exactly want to face to hope to get this combo to go off. We would get 7 or 8 after Forerunner pings a bunch of Polyraptors. Kills itself eventually after it deals the third and final point. Oh, they milled 2 Polyraptors. Ooh, okay. That was interesting stuff. 2 back to back. Darn. Nuts. No more lands. Or an incubation to grab the Polyraptor, which I still would be able to play. Oh, okay. Polyraptor costs 7. I have 8. Incubation, 1 green. Yep, okay. Polyraptor. Ooh, no Polyraptor. Regisaur Alpha is pretty good. Ping both of them. You know what? Ripjaw. I want that card draw to maybe get Polyraptor for next turn. That might be alright. Hopefully. Or they just got drawn in the lock to kill it. Polyraptor, you can do it. That's not Polyraptor. We'll attack with Ripjaw. Try and keep up the aggression a little bit. Stop Kaito from going off next turn. 2 creatures would have to block Ripjaw to take it out. But okay. The Thieves Guild Enforcer is nice. They milled 2. When the Thieves Guild Enforcer blocks Ripjaw, maybe that's when I'm going to draw the Polyraptor. You can do it. Oh boy. Polyraptor time. Oh, okay.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
And then they killed Forerunner.
This is a load of barnacles.
Darn. Almost made the thing happen. So close. Close but no cigar. Maybe a Zera Sand this turn. Certainly it's pretty rough doing something like this. You imagine with all the, you see with all the interruption, you just don't get the job done. Trying to play some early creatures and grind it out and do that sort of stuff. Hey, At least I highlighted how a kind of traditional-ish list will do the trick. We'll play another game at least. See if we can get it to go off. I don't think it's going to happen. If that's not the case, if it seems like it's not going to be the case pretty early on, I think we'll pack it in for tonight. But you never know. It's always a thrill, and that hand looks like a pretty thrilling hand to get the job done. Marauding reduces Forerunner to a cost of 3. So it can be Marauding on turn 2, Forerunner on turn 3. Grab a Ripjaw potentially, just because I may want the card draw there. We'll see. The good old you-know-what. Ooh. I love giving myself hexproof. I might sprinkle that in again. Somehow, some way. Usually that involves dipping my claw into white. I might be right. If the opponent can't interrupt us, really, if we just keep building up stuff in our hand, Thoughtseize, if that's a dead card, that's good for me. But also mono red burn, anything that wants to target us, hey, pretty nice to hurt them. If basically their main way of killing us is to target us, it could make sense to give yourself hexproof. And it's not too hard. You only have to splash 1 white. There are a few good options, I would say. Leyline of Sanctity, one of my favorites, but that you have to see on the first turn it's a leyline. If it's in your opening hand, it enters or starts on the battlefield. But needing 2 white, if you don't see it in your opening hand or you draw future ley lines, it can be hard. Sunken Citadel, I could choose white, so I have 1 source, maybe Jetmir's Garden, something else to have sources of white, potentially getting to 2 sources, playing the ley line or whichever ley line I choose to go with. Having those 2 pips of the color that I'm not really in, the color I'm splashing for. It's always been something in the back of my mind. Interesting splashes that hurt against things that hurt my plan. If they can't hurt me, I'm definitely going to hurt them, and I'm probably going to kill them. Not so much with this list, but hey, we'll give her a go. Maybe they have a counter spell. Shifting it is, at the very least. We'll get to dodge those and maybe watch Shifting just die. I must say though, Dimir Rogues is a pretty rough matchup. Whatever list I'm using, they usually always bring the pain. Definitely going to block the Thieves Guild Enforcer 100%. If they attack with it, just get a Death Touch creature out of the way. Pesky, painful. I don't like having to worry about it, possibly. Nah, when in doubt, hey, they have 2 untapped. Just play a thing that can't be countered. You hope you have that Cavern of Souls. Whatever deck you're playing, whatever creature type you're focused on, get the Cavern, save yourself a little bit. Oh, gee, they're looking at it. They're wondering, hey, I can't counter it, but I want to kill it with Drown in the Lock. Again, Drown in the Lock is part blue, and Shifting has protection from blue, so they simply can't target it whatsoever. We might be losing the other Shifting as well if the Thieves Guild Enforcer trades with this. A permanent from their side left the battlefield, the Thieves Guild Enforcer, and then they spend 1 black with Fatal Push to take out Shifting because they meet that requirement. We'll see. Or they make it indestructible, which that was pretty cool as well. Ooh. That's no fun. I've never seen anyone use Professor's Warning, but hey, 1 black as protection, saving a key thing. Could be good. Always cool to see something you've never seen used before. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we're really going to get there. We'll end it here. I'll tweak the lists. It's going to be much more resilient. Trust me on that. I'm getting actually quite excited to tweak the Polyraptor thing, but still, the Stampede list, lovely, beautiful. It does its thing. It puts in the work, as you say, Heaven. But if you have anything else, any of you guys watching right now, later on, questions about dinos, any list, the specific list I used tonight, or this one, whatever, I should have an answer for you. Join the Discord if you aren't already. That's definitely probably the easiest way to stay in contact with me. I'm always talking about dinos. Lots of us are always talking about them, or any game. Of course I can play anything, but I do love to focus, as you guys are pretty aware. If you're new here, you probably clued into that fact. Alright, have a good night, everybody watching right now, later on, a good morning, evening, afternoon, a rest of your time zone. Yes, take care. Peace.